The Sports Illustrated 2024 Sports Media Awards. With 2024 coming to a close, we're handing out some hardware to recognize the best and most notable in sports media over the past year. Sports Media Story of the Year. The NBA leaves Dent, puts future of Inside the NBA in jeopardy. Nobody should be surprised anymore when a sport ditches cable for streaming. Streaming isn't the future. Streaming is the now. Still, when news broke that the NBA would end its relationship with what is now known as Warner Bros. Discovery, UBD, and partner up with Amazon and MG/Peacock for its new broadcast deal beginning with the 2025-26 season, it was still a shock. UBD, formerly known as Turner Sports, has been airing NBA games since 1984. There were a lot of layers to the NBA breaking up with UBD. CEO David Zaslav had said his company did not need the NBA, so Adam Silver decided to say checkmate. There was haggling over contract language, lawsuits, and uncertainty for a little while. But the biggest offshoot of Tent being out of the NBA business wasn't the fact that Tent would no longer air games. It was that the iconic Inside the NBA would come to an end, or so we thought. There was months of speculation about what would happen to Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Shaquille O'Neal. Johnson had said he would not leave UBD. Barkley announced that he would talk to other networks about leaving UBD, then announced he was retiring, then announced he was staying at UBD. Then another bombshell in this saga was dropped when it was announced that Inside the NBA would continue on with the same cast and crew, but would air on ESPN thanks to a licensing deal with UBD. And this created another round of drama. Shaq doesn't have a contract past June 2025. Barkley recently said he still plans on talking to Amazon and NBA. ESPN has said it will continue with its current NBA studio show on nights when it doesn't have Inside the NBA, which is only expected to air on Saturdays or Sundays during the regular season next year. Sports Media Personality of the Year, Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee gives ESPN a lot of things with his daily talk show. He gives the network tonnage, thanks to the Pat McAfee Show airing 5 days a week for 2 hours a day. He gives them an enormous social presence, which includes 3.2 million followers on Twitter, 2.4 million followers on Instagram, 1.9 million viewers on TikTok, and 2.7 million subscribers on YouTube. He also gives ESPN major catch-it thanks to having the best guests of any sports show in existence. McAfee also won his battle with ESPN executive editor and head of event and studio production Norby Williamson. McAfee called Williamson a rat and accused the exec of trying to sabotage his show during an early January episode. 4 months later, Williamson was gone from ESPN. But the day's show is only part of the McAfee story. What put him over the top for getting the nod here is what he did for College Game Day this season. McAfee's energy and personality are perfect for that show. McAfee already had a good thing going with Kirk Herbstreit, who absolutely loves McAfee and cited McAfee's presence on Game Day as a reason for him remaining with the show. But he also instantly had chemistry with new hire Nick Saban, making for an entertaining odd couple partnership. In addition, McAfee made his weekly field goal contest on Game Day an event. Each week, momentum built, and the field goal challenge became bigger and bigger on social media. It used to be that the must-see event on a Saturday morning was Lee Corso putting on a mascot head. Now there are 2 must-see events on a Saturday morning. Corso putting on a mascot head, and McAfee trying to give away 6 figures to a college kid attempting a field goal. It also needs to be mentioned here that McAfee's 2024 work included color commentary on Woe's flagship show, Monday Night Raw. He also was a participant in the Royal Rumble. You can't have a much better year than that. Most shocking sports media moment, plus biggest sports media retirement of the year. Adrian Wojnarowski leaves sports media. It was the Woj bomb of all Woj bombs. On Wednesday, September 18, at 10:40 am, ESPN NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski stunned the entire sports world when he announced he was retiring from sports media and would become the general manager for the Street Bonaventure men's basketball team. At the time, the 55-year-old Woj cited a desire for more time, wanting to move on to his dream job, and no longer having the drive to be on call 24/7 to break stories. Later, in a feature story by my colleague, Chris Mannix, we found out there was a little more behind Woj's retirement from sports media. There was a health scare, a chilling story about attending Chris Mortensen's funeral, and the realization that breaking transactions wasn't going to lead to the legacy Woj wanted.